Hey guys, Sonia here. We are back for the Mortgage Myth series. We are on episode 5. Yes, 5. So today we're going to talk about pre-qualifications versus pre-approvals versus buyer-ready or underwritten pre-approvals. Is there really a difference between these three terms, and what does that mean for you, for your offers, for your home buying experience and process? So they are different. They are very different. Pre-qualification just means that you either provided me with your information, so what your income is or what you think it is, and we may have pulled a soft pull on credit, so we don't fully see all three bureaus, or we might have a hard inquiry, but we don't have any documents to back up what you've stated on your application, either with me verbally or on an online application. And then I can look at that and say, hey, based on what you've provided, it looks like this is what will be approved for. That is a pre-qualification. Pre-approval means that we've looked at your documents. We've gone over everything on your credit report. We've made sure this is within your budget. We've gone over all your numbers together. And this is what I can say that based on what you've stated and what you've provided proof of, this is what you're pre-approved for a home. Just because you're pre-approved for that amount doesn't mean that that's necessarily where you want to be either. We might need to look at either reducing debts to approve you higher, adding a co-borrower, or looking for other ways to add additional income if you have anything else we could potentially use, such as overtime income, bonus income, things like that. Or maybe I've qualified you higher than you want to be payment-wise, and we need to look at where we need to be within your pre-approval to be comfortable with your payments. Now the last one, this one's good. So this is an underwritten pre-approval. At Revolution Mortgage, we call this buyer ready. Different lending companies have different names for it. Not every lending company offers something like this, but it basically means that we've taken all your information. We've gathered all of your documents to make sure that we have everything we need put together for your pre-approval, and then we send your file to an actual underwriter. And this is typically the underwriter that you'll have once you're in contract too. So it gives the underwriter a chance to look at your file, become familiar with it. So once you have a contract, you're working with the same person, the same underwriter is already familiar with your file, and we're just adding the house to it for the most part and verifying whatever conditions that we had that they asked for full approval based on guidelines for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, whatever the secondary market investor is, what their requirements are, things like that. And we make sure that the house is eligible. But you've already been underwritten by the actual underwriter. So then when you're making offers, and I call the list agent to say, hey, I've verified all their information, they're good to go, they've also been underwritten by the underwriter. This takes a lot of time off of your file process as well. Most of the time, your lending process is going to be roughly 4 weeks, about 30 days. We do have a traditional close within 21 days that we can typically do here. But if you're underwritten, that's a much easier process for you. We've already gotten a lot of the stuff up front. Underwriters are already familiar with the process, and we've gotten a good head start. So if we're able to go ahead and get you underwritten up front, that is a much better process for you, for your buyer's agent, for the seller, for the list agent. It's much smoother for everybody because we've already got a head start on everything. If not, if we just have the pre-approval, that's okay. And if we're working with a brokered loan, so something that's not in-house, for example, a lot of the down payment assistance programs are underwritten in-house and then underwritten by the state program that covers that. There is a chance that I won't be able to underwrite in-house, so it just depends on what program we're using. But as long as it is an in-house loan, meaning that my underwriters, my processors are handling it the entire way, we can get you underwritten up front. So that's definitely going to be the best game plan to give you the best scenario for purchasing your new home, especially in a very competitive market. So anything that we can do to give you that edge, we want to do. So to recap, 3 different styles here. So pre-qualification, I'm just using what you've stated. I don't typically issue these because I want you to be prepared in this market. If we absolutely have to and you don't have time to get me documents before you offer, please be aware that this is not your best offer, and a lot of times sellers and list agents won't accept it. But it is something that I can do if we absolutely have to and we don't have time to put something else together. Pre-qualification, very basic. Just using what you've stated either on an online application with me verbally over the phone or with me face-to-face in my office. Pre-approval, I have verified your documents. So we've put everything together. I've done a full income calculation. We've gone over your bank statements to make sure there's nothing on there that we need to look at as far as recurring things that might be payments that aren't on your credit report, things like that is usually what we're looking for, or deposits from other sources of income that we might need to account for. Or buyer ready, underwritten pre-approval, we've sent you to an actual underwriter. Now that does take a little bit more time. It's typically within a week. Most of mine are back within 1 to 2 days, but it depends on how many contracts we have, because contracts will of course get worked on first. But yeah, give me a call. We can discuss the different types of your pre-approvals more. And if you'd like to get started on one so that you can go shopping, give me a call, drop me a line, send a carrier pigeon, whatever you want to do. There's multiple ways to reach me, and I will work with whatever works for you. But that's it for today, and I will see you guys next week.